As Vanessa's father, I forbid you from getting anywhere near her. And I need him to know that we're not to be messed with. The man's name is Jeremiah Dorval. Who does she cheat on him with? I never knew because Udell never knew. What could be worse than that fake X-rated photograph? There's a recording. Who's on the phone? Lorenzo Russo. I can't believe this. It's right in front of me, but I can't believe it. Don't go anywhere, Shelly. I'm gonna make sure that nothing is stolen. Should we close for the day? Depends on how much equipment is destroyed. Max, do you understand how you're stepping on dangerous ground even being on the same floor as I am? Trust me, I know. Well, I'm glad you know, but how exactly are you sure? Your dad came to my family's estate the other day. Glad you can join us. Where's Clarice? I couldn't let her hear those awful, disgusting words you said about my late daughter. What do you have to say for yourself, Wanda? Why did we have to hear those awful things come out of the mouth of someone who was supposed to be Elvira's best friend? When I asked Commissioner Burke about any person of interest, I couldn't believe what he told me. What would that be? He told me how someone got lost in the cracks. Does he know who that person is now? To this day, he doesn't know. Finnegan told me something that I couldn't believe. Something that should have never remained hidden for so long. Spit it out, Quinlan. What did Finnegan tell you? He told me that Elvira was unfaithful to Udell Mitchell when they were together. Why don't you look surprised, Ben? Praise God nothing was stolen, Jeremiah. I'm surprised that the surveillance camera and even the computer were untouched. I'm no detective, but I do think that's strange. Paske li pa noma. Mwen espoir nou ka we yon bagay ki ka ede nou. Like I thought. Someone wearing a dark hoodie and a mask. This attack seems personal. Who would want to do something like this to us? I have an idea. Kimun? Gianni Russo. Gianni? The same man who's married to the district attorney? Someone who is supposed to punish people who do this? Do you honestly think he is that petty over your meeting with him the other day? That's the only thing that makes sense. I can't let him get away with this. Seeing how much of a wreck this place is, you need to leave this to God. Shelly, I'm certain that he sent someone to trash our place of business. We worked hard to relocate here, and I'm supposed to just let it slide? Of course I know that God won't let this slide, but I can't sit back and do nothing. So what are we gonna do? Go to the police with our theory? Once again, Gianni is married to the district attorney. Do you think that woman's gonna take our word over her husband's? Most of all, I'm pleading with you not to confront him either. Not only because I'm sure that he'd deny it, but I'm afraid of what that man is capable of. I had no idea. What did my dad say to you? To make a long story short, he wants me to stay as far away from you as possible. I tried warning you that my dad's a scary man. Why aren't you listening to his advice? Believe me, I'll respect him enough to do as he asked. Before I keep my distance, there was something I needed to do. What would that be? I wanted to apologize to you, Vanessa. The last thing I wanted to do was ever make you uncomfortable, where you felt like you were disgusted by the very sight of me. I mean, I get that you weren't interested in me. I guess I got so carried away with trying to change your mind about how you felt about me. Anyways, I'm really sorry, Vanessa. From the bottom of my heart, I'm really sorry for giving you any heartache. I never said those words. We heard your voice. Yes, it was my voice, but it wasn't real. That recording was fake. Don't you think it's kind of funny, Wanda? First, the explicit photo going around happened to be fake. All of a sudden, this recording happens to be fake as well. Quite a coincidence, don't you think? Little boy, stay out of this. Maybe you liked what you saw, but try not to undress me in your head. Your family's present. You say that this recording is fake as well. Last time I heard, it was a robot that made up the picture which went wild on the internet. What proof do you have that this recording isn't real? Are you serious? Lorenzo, you've known me since I was a little girl. You shouldn't need proof. Elvira and I had our moments, but you should know that I always loved her since she was my best friend. Can you blame us for being a bit skeptic? Come on, you were Elvira's best friend, but her body wasn't even cold when you got with her boyfriend. Isidore, you and everyone else in this room know full well that Udell and Elvira were finished before she passed. Is that it? After all these years, you all see me as some sort of traitor because Udell and I are married? Not another word. Ben, did you know that Elvira cheated on Udell? How could you say those words to me? Elvira, I'm not saying this to hurt you, but you did what you did and it hurt Udell. That's it? He's never gonna forgive me? Are you kidding me? Udell went against his entire family just to be with you. I bet they're celebrating the fact that you two are done. But what you did? Hurting him like that? Elvira, there's no going back. I was playing with toys and I don't think Wanda and Elvira knew that I was listening. They didn't go into detail since I was still in the room while Elvira was watching me. It makes sense that Elvira wouldn't tell her own nephew what she did and who she did it with. What about when you got older? Did you push this memory to the back of your mind? Did your family know? One question at a time, Quinlan. No, I haven't thought much about it until you mentioned it. As for my family, I'm not sure. They definitely never told me why Udell and Elvira were no longer together, especially since he ended up marrying Wanda anyway. Since Udell was hurt by Elvira by some mystery guy, do you think it would be fair to see Udell as a person of interest? And you're sure that nothing was stolen? Positive. That either means some kid was bored or someone was trying to send a personal message. Do you have any idea on who might have done this? Can you two look me in the eye and tell me if you have a guess as to who would want to trash this place? I believe that you're actually sorry. I forgive you, Max. Wow, this day is actually better than I thought. Max, that doesn't mean I'm falling for you. It's not that, Vanessa. It's just, I think that's the kindest thing you've ever told me. Well, I'm sorry if I've been harsher towards you than I should have been. You definitely have been harsh, but of course I forgive you. Believe me, Max, I honestly wish that it didn't have to come to this. So do I. Honestly, I wish that we could have at least been friends. But your dad was clear that I'm supposed to stay far away from you. Max, you wanted something more than friendship. Trust me, you'll get over me soon and find another girl to catch your eye. Maybe I will get over you, Vanessa, but it won't be anytime soon. There's no need to worry, Udell. We were only having a conversation with your wife. It seems to me like you all said enough to one another. Udell, what are you doing here? After hearing that there was a recording of my wife sounding like a heartless fashion mogul, I wanted to check up on you. I tried calling, but you didn't answer. To my surprise, I was told that you weren't at work when I drove over there. It surprised me even more to know that you didn't go home, but you came to visit the Russo's home instead. If you think this conversation is over, then think again. There's a recording of your wife bad-mouthing my late aunt, and my family deserves answers. Excuse me, I didn't expect a 19-year-old to speak for this entire family. He doesn't speak for the family. My nephew just enjoys hearing the sound of his own voice. But Alan does have a point. After getting word about this recording, we couldn't sit by and not look for an explanation. I trust that Wanda told you that the recording is fake, AI generated. What Wanda didn't share in that video statement of hers is that our family is under attack. I'm sorry that your family was caught in between. I assure you, Lorenzo, Wanda and I are gonna handle this. Okay. Okay? Dad, you can't just take their word as gospel truth. Maybe someone is going after their family. Who's to say that Wanda's not using that as an excuse about this recording roaming around? I'm not using an excuse, and I don't take too kindly to being spoken about as if I'm not in the room. Please. I think this recording has just placed us all in shock. Wanda, I'm sure that you would have never done anything to hurt Elvira, and that you would never hurt this family intentionally. Isidore, you're the head of PR. I want you to write a statement that we stand by Wanda. What? Do it now. Since Alan is only an intern at Russo Jewelers, I want you to guide him step by step. You have nothing to say? Didn't you want me to stay silent when we were inside? Clearly we're not inside anymore. What were you thinking, coming here without speaking to me first? I'm not sure. Though I was young, I remember how much Udell cared about Elvira. Her eyes always lit up whenever he came into the room or if she got a call from him. As for Udell, he spoiled Elvira to no end. The fact that she cheated on him must have angered him. Whether it drove Udell to want her dead, I can't say for sure. What about Wanda? Who knows how long she's been eyeing Udell? From what you told me, Elvira regretted hurting Udell the way she did. All she had to do was take Elvira out of the way. Maybe she couldn't bear to hurt Elvira by going after Udell. What we're not going to do is speculate without any hardcore evidence. Let's focus on what we do have. Elvira cheated on Udell. We don't know with who. And Finnegan didn't tell you everything in that interview. What are you talking about? Elvira had a diary. She never went a day without writing in it. I don't doubt that this diary would even reveal who she cheated on Udell with. Did she lose it? She didn't. Then why wouldn't the police look into it? That's the thing. I know for sure that they did. Let's backtrack. How are you so sure that she didn't lose it, and how are you so sure that the police looked into it? When I began middle school, I was thinking about Elvira and how my memories of her were slipping away. That's when I remembered the diary. When I went into her room, which was forbidden to enter, I couldn't find it. What makes you so sure that your family didn't move it? Sounds like you would have gotten into big trouble if you told them you snuck into your aunt's room. The room was supposed to be untouched after the police left. I couldn't find the diary anywhere when I searched for it. That only means the diary has been in police custody this entire time. It's hard to see that person in the surveillance footage. Can't say that the person on camera is someone either of us recognize. Sounds like this thug picked a really random place to trash. Thanks for stopping by, Commissioner. Please, call me Finnegan. When my son actually has a friend, especially not one made over the internet, I would like to do my best to help him keep the friends he's made in person. Now to get this all cleaned up. It's the least we can do since we can't go to the police with our suspicions about Gianni. God knows what Gianni did. What's done in the dark will come to light. Welp, you're gonna have to get over me quick. I'll try. It just sucks that our religions is keeping us apart. Max, it's more complicated than you think. First, I want to let you know that I don't have an issue with people who are Catholic. You just wouldn't date one. Our beliefs are different. You might think that we're the same because you go to Mass every Sunday and find prayer to be important, but by the end of the day, our faiths are different. I believe in being justified by grace through faith. Trust me, Max, I believe that faith without works is dead, but I don't believe that works makes me right with God. Me knowing that I was born into sin, repenting of that sin, and trusting Jesus Christ alone is what made me a Christian. Not being sprinkled, not being confirmed, or being gifted with a rosary. There's no way I can work for God unless I have faith first. But I have repented, Vanessa, to a priest. I never once did that because God doesn't accept that. Neither would he accept the two of us being together. It would never work. Bye, Max. Lorenzo wanted to see me right away, and I knew that you would be busy with the law firm. I had it under control, Udell. Essador and his big mouth son were ready to crucify you. We're already dealing with someone coming after you. We don't need a lawsuit on our hands either. So you finally believe that I should stop whoever is trying to sabotage me. Yes, Wanda, I believe you, and I'm gonna help you find out who's behind this. At least I can sleep well tonight, now that my husband doesn't believe that I've been delusional. Why would the police want to keep the diary hidden and all to themselves? I plan to ask Finnegan that same question. When that diary is in our possession, it's gonna give us the stomping ground we need to finally figure out who took Elvira's life.